is Janice Seagraves. Thank you for joining me. I did I have split screen going here, so I'm looking over at it. I had an interview done back in February, and I thought it might be fun to read the questions and answers. Here's the first question. Can you share a little something about Janice Seagraves that is not mentioned in your bio on your website? Sure. I was born and raised in California in a small town. It's an agricultural community. And most of my stories and my heroines or something that I write about usually has to do with California. After all, I am a California gal. What's my favorite animal? A horse, of course. Not that I've ever owned one. I'm terribly allergic. My faithful companion is a 14-year-old Pomeranian. She's right over here. This is Dinky. Hey, sweetie. She's terribly sweet. She's my companion. We got her at the local animal shelter and adopted her. And we've had her for ever since she was 9 years old. So we adopted an elderly dog. Don't know how much longer I'll have her, but I'll enjoy her while we can. You're sweet. I'm gonna put you back. Yeah, there you go. Okay. What my favorite food is chocolate. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not a food? Seems like food to me. What kind of movies do I like? Oh, my husband, when he gets time, he likes to take me to action adventure movies, and we have several that we really like the Indiana Jones series, all three of them. Blade, all three of them. Lord of the Rings, all three of them. I think we got a theme going here. The Hobbit, all three. Star Wars, all of them. Star Trek. Yes, we love science fiction. Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire ones. Superman, most of them. Batman, the Michael Keaton ones. Thor with the swoon-worthy Chris Hemsworthy. Wolverine, nice butt. Iron Man and the Avengers. What TV shows do I like? Well, most of the Home Improvement, like Flipper Flop, Fixer Upper, Tiny House. I used to watch This Old House until it got old. Yes, pun included. Or pun intended, excuse me. What actors do I like? Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth, Pierce Brosnan, B. Arthur, may she rest in peace, Scarlett Johansson, Keira Knightley, just to name a few. Singers. Is it bad that I don't really have one? Okay, I will say Freddie Mercury from Queen. May he rest in peace. But he had such an amazing voice. He could sing 3 octaves, and that's highly unusual. Authors. That's easy. Jim Butcher, P.C. Hodgdale, and my new favorite is Rachel Lee Smith. What are my pet peeves? People who do not read. Actually, as a published author, that is my worst nightmare. Come on, people, how can you not read? Who is your hero? My mother. She is fighting breast cancer right now, and she's so brave. Last week we took her for her last chemo, and I stood there and watched them put the needle in her, and I really can't stand needles. But I watched her expression, and she didn't even so much as flinch. I mean, she's very modest and sweet, and but there's this toughness to her, and she's just been such a trooper through this whole thing. Really admire her. She's going to have to go through radiation next, and we don't know what to expect from that. So please keep her in your prayers. Give us one thing on your bucket list. Okay, I want to visit Seagrave, England. That is the place where my family got their name from. That's where we came from. At some point in time, my people were there. And I don't know if we were the dirt relatives or the barons, but that's where we came from. And I would love, love, love to walk the streets and just take it all in. That would just be a dream come true for me. And I'm hoping one day I can do that. What would readers find surprising about you? That I have a sense of humor that translates well to the written page. My husband calls it my one-liners, but I like to think that's a little more than one line. He says he goes to work and he'll think of something I've said and he'll start chuckling to himself as he works. So there's that. If you could go to heaven, who would you visit? My dad. He's gone now. He's been gone since 1982. And I would dearly love to introduce him to his grandchildren and now his great grandchildren. He has two great grandsons. Any bad habits? Oh, let's see. I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs. I don't drink that much, just like 2 or 3 glasses a year. I mean, there's no way, shape, or form you call that an alcoholic. Um, I don't cuss. Okay, you got me. I cuss a little, and that's in my stories. They don't really look that much like cussing, but honestly, it's nothing. I think I used the F-bomb like one time, just once. What's the funniest thing that ever happened to you? Interesting that this question came up. While on vacation to Morro Bay here in California, I was taking photos of the ocean and my brand new sash leather shoes got swamped by a wave. I was not happy. My husband helped me get to the car and he took me to this little shop so I can buy a pair of sandals. And I'm like running around the store barefooted looking at sandals, right? So I'm like running up to the cashier so I could buy these sandals and walk out of there with something on my feet. And my husband calls out, Jan, do you want to get some socks to go with those sandals? And I'm like, stopped in mid-step, turned around, looked at him, I said, Dave, I am not wearing socks, sandals. And then the whole store breaks out in laughter. And I'm like, oh, it was a little louder than I thought I was. I must not have used my indoor voice. Now that your readers know a little bit more about Janice Seagraves, let's get down to the business of your book, Alien Heart. Chronicles of Archon, Book 1. How long did it take you from beginning to end before your novel was completely finished, and how did you decide on the topic and title? I had the rough draft written. Hi, I'm back. That was my daughter. They had just got home from a birthday party with her father-in-law, and she wanted to tell me a little bit about it and have me hold the youngest grandson, which I did do. He's a little doll. They both are. Okay, back to this interview. Um, I had the rough draft written in 3 months. And then it took another 2 years to revise and polish it. I am a fast writer, but the revision process always takes some time, and 2 years is quite a while. The title came about because I was naming my manuscripts with the heart. And so far, Alien Heart is the only surviving book title that made it to print. So, I also took a couple road trips to decide where my alien compound was going to be. And I decided it was just above Huntington Lake, California, at a defunct ski lodge. And not that there's a defunct ski lodge at Huntington Lake. I made that part up. One of the prerogatives of being a writer is you can make stuff up. The book idea came to me while I was watching a rerun of Home Improvement. I like to watch Home Improvement, even the parodies. Basically, the story is about what ifs. What would happen if the host of a TV show, say the Miss Fix-It show, had aliens in the audience? And what if those aliens had a date set up with her through her overly enthusiastic agent? What if, after a wonderful, passionate night with one of these lonely aliens, and he decided they were mated, and what if? Da, da, da. And then after a final read through, I took a deep breath and I submitted it. That's always the hardest part. Please tell us a little bit about Alien Heart. What was your hardest challenge writing the book? Um, Getting inside the head of my aliens. That was really, really hard. I wrote a miniseries called Exodus Archon, book 1, 2, and 3, and just to help me get inside their head. Maybe it was overkill, but once I started writing, one idea came and then the other, and before I knew it, I had 3 books. Keith is stubborn and goal-oriented. They're in the 3 books together. Blade is tough, protective, and sarcastic. I guess he gets that sarcasm from me. They both look after the little brother Paz, and that is the glue that binds them together. And did I forget to mention that they're brothers? And they hate each other's guts. What in your opinion makes good chemistry between your leading characters? Well, my aliens are only handsome and very sexy. They smell good too. Keith smells like vanilla, and Blade smells like cinnamon. And their kisses taste like it too. Their natural aroma carries the pheromones, and it arouses Audrey until she can't get enough. I understand there will be 3 books in the Prelude miniseries. Can you give us a little insight on what the readers can expect from the other 2? So I'm going to read the blurbs from each one of these books. Exodus Archon 1 starts off with the Archons just getting ready to leave their home planet and start the trip to Earth, which will take 30 years to complete. They will be in hibernation chambers for the duration. The politicians, engineers, and scientists all get to go, but everyone else must take their chances with the lottery. But one family cheats. Hint, guess which family? Exodus Archon 2. The Archons wake up from their hibernation and find themselves in Earth's solar system. But something is dreadfully wrong. Keith and Blade, as well as the rest of the Archons, will have to learn to cope. Exodus Archon Book 3. Blade is Dr. Lasky's bodyguard, and as Lasky is rushed down to Earth after the first Archon diplomat sent to Earth faint on the tarmac, but he discovers something far, far worse, and it takes all of Dr. Lasky's skills and the help from Blade and Earth's female doctor, Dr. Hope, to find a solution. Any other works in progress? Yes. When I did the interview, I had this book that was in progress, and it was going to be published just as soon as this was out. But it has been out, and it's the last book in my Matrix Crystal series. It's called Matrix Crystal Rebels. It's out now, and it was out right before Christmas, I believe, and it's available right now. It's still available as a free download if you have Kindle Unlimited, and but I was planning on taking it off soon. So right now it's September 4th, 2018. So if you can get there within the next few weeks, you can probably still get it on Kindle Unlimited. But if you do read it, please do me a huge favor and write a review. I don't even have a review on that one yet. Let's see. Any advice for aspiring authors? Yes, this is serious. Never, ever give up. Keep that very firmly in mind. Quitting is not an option. It took me 10 years from learning to put a sentence together correctly until I was a published author. It takes as long as it takes. I was going to be 10 years older anyway. So, that wasn't a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. Just don't let the process scare you. I know some people, they think instant gratification with writing and stuff, and you can't think that way. It takes as long as it takes. You will get there eventually. Just be patient and don't ever give up. Final words, yes. Please, please, please look up my books. You will find them on Amazon. All my books are on Amazon. Most of them are on Smashwords and Barnes and Nobles and wherever you can find ebooks published. I write a variety of romance subgenres, and maybe one of my books will appeal to you, depending on what you like. My website is in the bottom, and it is janice-seagraves.org, and I also have an author page on Amazon. I'm on Facebook under Janice Seagraves Author, and I'm also on Twitter as Janice Seagraves Author. And just look me up. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I want to wish everybody a good night. Thank you for listening.